Well, cheers. Sorry, I lost the camera just as I hit the button. I'm trouble holding it steady, man. Hey, so this is my first trip to Hold Fast Brewing. They just opened this week here in Springfield, Mo. Right now, they've only got 4 of their own on tap. They've got a few guest taps, but of their own beers, they only have 4. And they're all, I hate to use the session word, the S word, because some draw the line at 4, but everything they have runs between 4.5 and 4.7. For me, that's session, anything 5 and under, but hey, man, whatever you want to call it. Well, let's use the word approachable. They're doing all approachable beers. Right now, they've got a cream ale, which is what I have here. They have a golden ale, a brown ale, and a pale ale. They don't have their own IPA out yet, but it's not unusual for a new brewery to start with 4, then gradually add some. It does have a deep golden color. They do mention on their website that it uses a Pilsner malt. They don't mention, though, if it uses corn or not, which is typical per style. Many of the cheaper versions of a cream ale will use corn syrup or an extract, and some better versions, out of American craft, or better craft versions, I guess I should say, are using flaked corn. This one doesn't mention if it uses it or not, but I gotta say I do like the colors. It is a nice deep golden. A light, almost a fruity nose. Almost Kolsch-like on the nose. Oh, not bad. Okay, so you've got a nice middle. It is slightly fruity in the middle. Dries out very clean, like you want a good cream ale to do, while cheaper versions, and the name that you probably know as far as cream ale, it doesn't have that lazy corn syrup taste or that metallic taste that a lot of cheaper versions have. There's not a lot going on. It's certainly not a busy beer. It'd be the beer I'd recommend to a non-craft beer drinker walking in here. Try the cream ale. It's very likable. Not necessarily very distinctive. It may not leave you a lot to talk about as far as the beer itself is concerned, but I don't find it flawed in any way either. It is what it is. I mean, it is per style. And at 4.7, I mean, you can drink plenty. They are getting $6 a pint for 4.5 to 4.7%. Again, approachable beers, nothing out of the ordinary. So it does feel a little expensive to me. From that point of view, as far as the other breweries in town are, again, they're brand new. To me, a beer like this really ought to be about $5 a pint top end. But that's my personal opinion on the matter, and I arrive at that figure from the other breweries that I have in town. For instance, if I go to Show Me, I can get anything for $5. Anything over 8% or some specialty beers that they serve in 10 ounce. Everything else comes in a glass about this size, and it's $5 whatever you order. Beers at other breweries in town will range between 4 to 6 depending on the style. And for $6 a pint, I expect more of a specialty type ale, a Berliner Weiss, a Goza. Even though it's lower ABV, it's not unusual to pay more because of the style. But for a cream ale, a brown ale, a pale ale, and a golden ale, I think $6 a pint is a little pricey, especially for what Springfield has to offer. So if they're going to retain what they have for their opening week, I think they're going to have to get a little more creative for style, and they may have to adjust some prices because it does feel a little high for me. Having said all of that, my first impression of the beer is good. I don't feel there's anything wrong with it, but I can get similar styles across town for a little bit less money. So it does feel a little pricey at 6. So I was a little disappointed to look at the menu and see everything. The 4 beers they have are 4.5. The other three are 4.7, and everything is $6 a pint. That did disappoint me a little bit. It didn't surprise me though. It is in a trendier area of town. It is more or less still in that college district here in Springfield. So I'm not necessarily surprised. And what they've got is a nice setup. I'm out here on a very good-sized patio here. It's in an old firehouse, so the brewery itself is very opened up. Right now they've got all the doors open. So, and then I'm sitting out here on this very good-sized patio. So the setup is nice. I don't know how do I want to say this right. It does feel very trendy, both the way it's set up, the area, and so for that they may be able to get what they're trying to get. I just don't know that it'll last long term without something else happening. Those four styles, no matter how good they are, aren't going to attract beer geeks for a long period of time. In my opinion, from the knowledge I have of the Springfield beer scene, and it is extensive. So take that for what it's worth. That and $5 will get you a cup of coffee at Starbucks, I suppose. Get these almost orange blossom-like notes on the nose. It is a very pleasant cream ale, I will say. Again, I hate to harken back to price because most beer geeks really hate it when you discuss price, but I really feel a beer like this particular style, really ought to be about $4 a pint, $5 top end. But I'm going to try not to say any more about that, but I keep going back to that. I am a bit frugal. I do like to drink good beer, but I don't like being overcharged for certain styles. But again, like I said, I'm in a very trendy part of town. I'm still in the college district, so for a while they're going to have a built-in clientele. I just don't know how long. And the Springfieldians are notoriously fickle. They will flock like lemmings to anything new. But as soon as the next new thing comes along, they forget about that other thing. Their memory is very short around here. So unless you've got something special to bring them back, it ain't going to happen for you. So I am a little concerned about that. However, again, they just opened, so it's not unusual for a place to open up, with four very approachable styles and add beers as they go. Many breweries have done that. So it is a nice, it is a rather typical blueprint. So I certainly can't fault them for that. I'm just hoping to see more, as time goes by, I guess. I would have liked to see one out-of-the-box style, you know what I mean? Typically, if you're opening with three or four, you've got three approachable and one way out of the box. I was hoping they'd have that one specialty kind of out-of-the-box ale, because I really wanted to be wowed. And although this beer doesn't wow me, the style really isn't supposed to. It is a very likable, approachable beer. So there you go. Hey, I'm nothing if not hopelessly honest. I am Tom the Beer Whisperer, beer evangelist, prolific beer drinker, purveyor wisdom man. Cheese biscuits, that wasn't bad at all. Yeah, that is a very likable cream ale. All around good guy. Cheers, y'all.